Yeah, we should be good. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. And I think it's going to be a long, long time. And I think it's going to be a long, long time. We are joined with a new guest today, Chris Gambino. Hello, sir.
How you guys doing?
And we also got Darren.
Hello.
No Gabe, because unfortunately he got the bubonic, so he won't be here this week. I am back. I was missing last week, but I've returned. And this is the episode before spring break. We got a lot to talk about. Champions League, round of 16 fixtures, the first leg. And we also have FA Cup too. So we could talk about those things. Just how are you guys doing? We'll start off with that. You guys doing well?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good.
St. Patrick's Day next week.
It is.
You know,
it will be quite the festivities. Are you guys maybe going to the city?
I was thinking about it.
Thinking about it.
I know friends of ours are going.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good time. I mean, obviously, everyone be responsible and safe,
Of course.
as always. But yeah, I think it'd be something that'll be fun. But moving back on to football, also known as soccer in this country, there's a lot to talk about. The Champions League, we had some huge fixtures. We had teams such as Barcelona playing, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Liverpool, all the big guns were in action. And we had some interesting games, some surprises. Who knows? We could even go who we think is getting through to the next round. But some of the fixtures, there is a couple of wipeouts. Could there be comebacks in the second leg? I don't know. We can also talk about the FA Cup for a quick minute and kind of just recap back on the Premier League and do predictions for what we think will happen this upcoming weekend. So yeah, pretty much the only place really to start with, I think, has to be the Champions League. And the first set of fixtures we had were Barcelona and Newcastle. So that was an interesting game. People were like, Newcastle, they're not the best of teams, but they could cause Barcelona trouble.
Yeah, arguably we should have lost that first leg, probably 3-0, I'd say. That's fair.
Yeah, you should have lost. I think the score of 1-0 would have been fine.
The Harvey Barnes one, that was a good goal. There was one where Alanga, great save by Young Garcia. Alanga also could have crossed earlier for a lot of the Asula chances. I think we easily could have lost, but hopefully our fullbacks, or not even our fullback, hopefully De Jong's back because our midfield is currently falling apart. Bernal went down with cramps. Hopefully it's just cramps, not an injury. And I just don't want to see Araujo start another Champions League game ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, Araujo went off to Israel to find some peace and guidance because he was going through a lot of issues. So let's see. I mean, right back's not his preferred position. So Barcelona, with the injuries they've had to players like Koundé, Balde, they're weak in the fullback areas just because of that. So yeah, Barcelona got a late equalizer though. Newcastle, it looks like they're going to have a memorable victory against Barcelona, one for the ages, considering their history and the lack of Champions League football they've played in recent times. But then when the time could have been up, I mean, the thing is, when added time happens, you got to add on a little bit more because of time wasted and stuff.
Yeah.
So it said that 94 minutes were supposed to be played, and then you have a penalty called in about 94 and a half minutes. So Dani Olmo, it's a great piece of skill. He kind of feints left, turns over, and he gets kicked in the leg. It's always a penalty. He takes his leg out, and the certain man stepped up. He wasn't good. He wasn't good that game. But one of the future goats of the game, Lamine Yamal, he stepped up, and in a big pressure moment at a heavy atmosphere stadium, he ties the game. And that's a big result for Barcelona because now all they have to do is go back to Barcelona. And if they win, they're through to the next round.
I'm just a little worried. Like I said, our fullbacks are both injured. Eric Garcia is also injured, so I'm hoping Eric Garcia comes back. He offers a lot more than Araujo at the right, at least some underlapping and overlapping runs. That's the main reason Yamal was cooking versus Atleti. He had that overlap with Cancelo the whole game, so he felt free. So hopefully we come back fit, but I'm really worried that Anthony Gordon will also be fit versus our high line, which is kind of worrying, but I think we easily go through though.
You should go through. I mean, Newcastle they're an interesting. you don't fully know what to expect under Eddie Howe this season. They've been very inconsistent. Sometimes they've been very good, and sometimes they're just being like, oh, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I think Newcastle needed to win that game. I think they
Yeah.
really did.
Mhm.
And Barcelona came away with probably an undeserved result. But at the end of the day, in European games, in the Champions League, when you play away from home, you just got to somehow find a way to get a result, whether that's even a draw or somehow a win. You just get that result. And then when you can go back to your own fans and you're able to take the game yourself, you got to give yourself the opportunity. So, a decent, pretty good result for Barcelona. You'd expect them to be through to the next round. Another game that happened on that day was Atletico Madrid versus the one, the only mighty. Oh, and the Spurs go marching in. And it's no longer Thomas, the 2-2. No. I don't think they've ever scored 2 goals in the game, except for the 2-2 draw versus Man City, which made me very happy. But yeah, Igor Tudor, and a huge controversy in that game being the fact he started Kinksky instead of Vicario. I had a lot of Tottenham fans being very happy about that. Can you agree? I mean,
Yeah,
we knew a lot
there's-
of Tottenham
there's-
fans that were very happy.
There's one specific Peter, and there's another one, KC. He's no longer with us. He graduated. He's Unk now. But
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was no longer with us after Tottenham's game. But-
no, well, maybe after the second leg, after they lose 4-0. But
or at the end of the season when they get relegated.
one of
Well,
the-
yeah, we'll
But
see.
Peter was happy that Kinski started. He did say that he didn't like the fact that it was in a Champions League game because it might have been too bright for him. But Peter still believes that Tottenham's going to make a comeback. That's what he just told us.
That's what you just said.
Well, he told us a
Wow.
couple minutes ago that.
Oh, in the
yes.
chat.
Yes.
Well, great to see it, Peter. Life, it gets better. It gets better. It's not all doom and gloom. One day the Cowboys will win their Super Bowl. Hopefully not. But no, yeah, starting Kinksky in a big game. I mean, Vicario's been poor, hasn't been good recently. But then Kinksky comes in and he makes one big mistake to start off, where he gives them pretty much a free goal. And then the third goal, I think, was a mistake where he just gives them straight away the ball again. So 2 huge mistakes, and people said he could have saved one of the other goals too, or probably should have. So I think he got subbed after half an hour, maybe a little bit before that.
15 minutes.
15?
Right
Okay.
after the third one, they subbed them out.
So 15 minutes, a goalkeeper. Just for context, if you don't really know much about the sport, goalkeepers usually don't get subbed at all unless it's an injury. And the coach made the decision to pull him after 15 minutes. It just kind of shows that he was doing pretty bad. But that's just a huge killer on confidence, because you never really do that with a goalkeeper. It's just one of those positions that you don't really move around. You don't really sub someone out, because they're kind of, once you put them in there, they're in there for the whole game unless something happens like injury. So yeah, it was kind of shocking. I mean, that's a killer for the goalkeeper Kinksky's confidence. I mean,
Mhm.
to get pulled from a big game when you finally got your chance, but he made some big mistakes, and it was a big call. It's a big call. Spurs still conceded 2 more. They ended up losing 5-2. In fair play, they did score 2 goals, but yeah, considering they're a relegation team at the moment, in the relegation zone of the Premier League, can you really be that surprised that Atletico Madrid, a team that
Mm-mm.
has been so good in the Champions League since Simeone's been there? I mean, they made 2 Champions League finals. I don't think there's much of a surprise there, especially since they blew out Barcelona at their stadium recently. I mean, not that surprising that they also did it to Tottenham.
Also, their stadium is also quite a
Slip
and
zone.
slide.
Yeah, I
Slip-
saw
slip and
that.
slide, because the Barcelona game is going off that. Multiple players fell over. Didn't that's not an excuse. We still lost 4-0. But Spurs, the first goal, Kinski, you can't really put that one on him too much. It was a bad error, but he did
slipped.
slip while kicking the ball. The second one, Van de Ven slipped and the ball went underneath him, and it's just a mess. But I'm gonna say Spurs are not gonna come back. I'm gonna. It's I think it's
I
a pretty
think it would
safe
be.
call, but I think Spurs will probably score at least 1 or 2 at home. I feel confident in that. I don't think they'll come back. They'll make it respectable.
Yeah, I don't think they should come back, just because if they do, and then they have to focus on a big Champions League next round against Barcelona when they're supposed to be focusing on not getting relegated from the Premier League. it might be more of a hindrance to them. But yeah, 90 minutes is a long time at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yeah, if they make a comeback, I'll say it right now. What will I do if they make a comeback? I will take a full shot of hot sauce because that will not happen. Tottenham Hotspur will not be in the next stadium. In the next round of the Champions League, you can make as spicy as the hot sauce you want. It won't matter. It's not happening. So
Alright.
yeah, we'll see.
Ghost Pepper got it.
Okay, yep, sure. Not gonna happen. Another team that played that day was Bayern Munich, right?
Yeah.
Or was that yesterday?
That was, I don't even remember, but
It was a day.
it was
Tuesday.
it was a day,
It was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday, and Bayern Munich destroyed them.
Yeah.
No Harry Kane, their best player, and they absolutely killed them. What was it, 6-0?
6-1. They
6-1.
got one.
Okay, fair play. And I saw it. The Atalanta fans were going mental when they scored that. They were very, very happy, just showing off their passion, even though they were losing by 5 goals. And they're not going to go through, obviously. But what result for Bayern Munich? Away
What are you
from
gonna do
home.
if Atlanta wins this one? Atlanta.
Oh, if Atlanta goes through to the next round,
What are you
ooh,
gonna do with this one? Because
What
this is.
will I
If you thought
do?
the last one was over, I mean, they have 6 away goals. Bayern. Like
All
this
right,
is over.
let's think about it. I'll go to the next podcast wearing my King Julian costume, and I'll wear it for the whole day
Okay.
during all of my classes.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
I'll spend a whole day wearing a Halloween costume in the middle of it. What will it be? We'll still be in March when we come back?
I think
That
we
way?
should
Yeah.
change today, considering you only have one class on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, but you know what class that is, which makes it a lot worse. So I
That's
think it's fair. Yeah, the professor is quite the how would I put it? I like the professor. He's just kind of a clown. So yeah, yeah, probably my favorite professor. He's a good guy. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. We can move on from that. But very impressive. No Harry Kane away from home,
Mhm.
scoring 6 goals. Bayern Munich, they should be one of the favorites. They really should.
Yeah.
Another game that happened that day was, what was the early game?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, and
Yeah.
to the right of me, Mr. Chris Gambino, the thinker of long, long times, and I think it's going to be a long. How did you feel? Did you see the game against Galatasaray?
I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean,
unfortunate.
being away from home, but it always could be much worse.
It's not. The thing is, all it takes is you guys have to just win. If you win back at home, you should be through to the next round.
Now, my question is Galatasaray this team of destiny in this tournament? It feels like there's always that team of destiny. I remember a few years back, it
Ooh.
was Ajax. And the reason I mentioned that team
I
is
think I
'cause they
got
went
another
through-
one for you, but we'll talk about them in a bit.
Right. There was Real Madrid. They beat Ajax, beat Real
They went
Madrid.
on a crazy
Then
run.
they faced Cristiano Ronaldo and Juve. And
Mhm.
I like Juve a lot as well. And they beat Juve as
Gambino,
well. And then they
Italian
ran
by
to
name,
the,
Italian by nature.
and they went all the way to the semifinals.
did.
So maybe this is that team, but I don't think it's that bad for Liverpool. They're
No,
going back home.
I mean, Galatasaray in their last round, they speaking of Juve,
Yeah,
they got knocked out.
exactly.
They knocked out Juve,
Yeah.
and in the second leg, they almost threw it away. I mean,
Yeah.
it went to overtime, extra time, whatever you want to call it. I call it extra time, but the Americans call it overtime. And they almost got knocked out. It was almost an incredible comeback by Juve, which
Mhm.
should give Liverpool confidence if Juve can almost come back from 3 goals down.
Exactly.
It's
Liverpool's
only a
much
1-goal
better.
deficit. And I wouldn't say Liverpool's a lot better, but at Anfield, everyone always talks about Anfield, the huge pressure, the big lights on a Champions League game, the fans going crazy. You'd expect them to win.
Yeah.
You'd
Of
expect
course.
them to win. But Galatasaray got a very good striker in Victor Osimhen.
They do. Arguably,
That's true.
they had a lot of transitional moments, and their decision making was not up to par.
They could have won by more, Galatasaray.
Yeah, they could have won by more, but at the same time, it's Liverpool at home. They just couldn't string together good passes in the
Mm.
final third, and I don't think that they'll be able to repeat that, especially with Wirtz coming back into the fray, getting more minutes under his belt, considering he just came back from injury.
Mm.
I think they'll build that chemistry again because when he was playing off the left, they were in a good run of form. He got
Yeah.
injured, and then the form fell off a cliff again. So I think Liverpool will come back. They'll go through.
I think so, too.
It'll be a challenging game, but I think they'll win. I'm gonna say probably 2-1 on the aggregate. Liverpool
That's
wins.
fair.
Okay. I think that's realistic. I think it's fine. The only thing is Liverpool's defense I don't think is great. I could see Galatasaray at least getting one goal, so maybe it'd be like a 3-1 or something and Liverpool go through. Who knows? Maybe even an extra time in the second leg. But we also got another Premier League team being Chelsea, who put in a very good performance against PSG. At one point, the score was 3-2, and you're like, Chelsea, you could go back to Stamford Bridge or go back to London with only a 1-goal deficit. It's possible. Then it all fell apart, and it went to 5-2, and now that's 3 goals against last year's winners. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, just going off what you previously said with Kinski, Mr. Chelsea coach, Mr. Liam Senior, he made a big call recently. He dropped
Michael
Bob.
Scott, also known as David Brent, also known as
All of the
Rob
above.
Gale,
He recently decided to drop Bob Sanchez, which some Chelsea fans didn't really agree with that one.
Bob wasn't bad this season.
This season he's been pretty good
Bob's not been bad.
against PSG in the Club World Cup. He saved a lot of shots that should have went in, and he's stuck with his call. Started Jorgensen. He had a very good game until his mistakes at the end. He had a good game, and just unfortunately, it's not the way Chelsea wanted the game to end. But I think they'll still make it competitive in the second leg. I just don't trust their defense.
Nah, they won't. The thing is, if Chelsea score 3 goals, that means it goes to extra time. They don't even go through. And that's saying PSG won't score a single goal, one of the great attacking teams in Europe. If they score 1, then Chelsea have to score at least 4. And I just don't really see that happening. But yeah, the thing is, if you're going to drop Bob, I don't know why you're not planning on signing a new goalkeeper, because Jorgensen's just not going to be good enough to be a number 1 goalkeeper choice. So yeah, you'd say they have to be looking for a new goalkeeper, Chelsea, and a high quality one, because it's been a while without a really top goalkeeper for them. I mean, Edward Rennie was the last good goalkeeper they had. They won the Champions League with him, and then he kind of fell off in his form. But yeah, when I think of the great Chelsea teams, I usually think of great goalkeepers. Thibaut Courtois was a really good recently. He obviously is still incredible at Real Madrid now, and then Petr Cech, one of the great Premier League goalkeepers of all time. So we'll see if Chelsea end up getting a new goalkeeper, because if Robert Sanchez, their number 1 at the start of the year, is now getting replaced, then you'd expect them to buy someone new in the near future. So we'll see. I think the one team you were saying, do we have an Ajax this year? Could it be like a Galatasaray? I don't think it'll be Ajax like from Galatasaray, because someone else will be. And that's the mighty Bodo Glimt of Norway. A 3-0 victory versus Sporting Lisbon. I don't even think they're called Sporting Lisbon. I think they're just Sporting. Shout out Susan. Niche reference. But yeah, another great victory for them. They knocked out Inter. They beat Atletico Madrid. They beat Man City. They're on a roll. And it looks like they're going to be through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
I'm really interested because, like you said, that seems to be the team of destiny. Because it seems to be up there between Galatasaray and Bodo Glimt, but I think it's going to be Bodo Glimt because they are easily through to the next round already. I'm already intrigued to see the next round coming from them. May it be Arsenal or Leverkusen. Arsenal. Hopefully it is an Arsenal, because they sucked yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal, just to talk about them for a second, there's not much to talk about. The game was boring. There wasn't a lot of opportunities. Ironically, they conceded from a corner, and then they got a relatively lucky penalty to tie it up late. It was a pretty boring game to watch, so not really much to talk about. You'd expect Arsenal to win in the second leg, to win back at home against the Leverkusen team that's not amazing, and for Arsenal to go through to the next round. But yeah, Bodo Glimt could be playing Arsenal. I mean, imagine they were to knock out Arsenal in the next round. That would be quite the upset, and I need to see it. I will be there no matter what.
Yep,
that would be amazing.
It would be incredible. So you just see their team chemistry just flowing through the pitch.
I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it. And then the last game we need to talk about is Real Madrid versus Man City, which we don't really need to talk about. We can quickly skip past that.
I think we could talk about this one. So I didn't see the game. I only saw the highlights till yesterday, and just the first goal. Like I said, he's upset by it. It was very unfortunate. Donnarumma comes flying out. He thought he was outside the box, and he didn't want to touch it with his hand, so he pulls his arm back, leaving the goal wide open for Valverde. He's beginning to cry. And then the second goal,
These guys didn't. Why they gotta do me like this, man?
the second goal,
It's always Madrid. It's all. Why do we have to keep playing Madrid, man?
it's
Why? No.
You wanna know why?
No. We did not need to play Madrid this year. We were tired of them. And this year, I was like, Madrid, they're missing Bellingham. They're missing Mbappe. They don't even have Rodrigo.
You want to know why?
And we get cooked 3-0.
It's because Mr. Guardiola overthought it again.
How has Pep not being able to be Arbeloa, Michael Carrick, and Patrick McFarland, the Chelsea interim? These are the managers we've been failing against this season. What is going on, man? Like Pep, it's always been a Solskjaer when he was an interim. This guy has like a chronic weakness to interim managers who don't even stay in their jobs because they're not good enough. He just completely unnecessarily changed the lineup. And Valverde scored a hat trick, and his last ever Champions League goal was in 2024 against, guess who? Manchester City. Don't you love to see it? You scored a hat trick in the first half. It could have been worse. Donnarumma saved the pen from Vinny Jr., which people have been saying, could that be like the Dembele miss against Liverpool? Just no, because I highly doubt we'll go through in the next round. We have to win by 3 goals. We have to win by more in reality than 3 goals.
I think you can if you just.
It's possible. Will it happen? Probably not.
If he just doesn't overthink it, because you guys have been playing well recently with O'Reilly in midfield.
Yeah, but then that's
So
to say, yeah, but we also have to deal with this Mr. Long leg, slender man, Thibaut Courtois, who's making incredible saves like the one he did last night. And like, okay, we could score a couple against him, but to score 3 goals against that man, like, he's a pain. Courtois is a pain, and he'll just make some crazy saves against us. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But, yeah, that was a really bad performance from Manchester City. Really bad. I don't know what was going on. Had me on the verge of tears, as you saw just now. Yeah. The skill of learning how to fake cry is pretty fun. I always enjoy doing that. But, yeah, I probably was really crying because that's how annoyed I was watching that game. I don't even know what to really say. That was just – City started off good. They got some good chances. Doku was going down the line, some cutbacks. I'm like watching it. I'm like, okay, this is promising. If we get a draw to go back to Manchester with, I fully back the team to go through. This is a Real Madrid team missing a lot of their best players. And with a coach who is just a new guy, he's not a big name or anything versus this. Personally, I think Pep Guardiola is the best coach of all time. And we get destroyed. That's just really disappointing. I don't know what to say about it, but Valverde had the game of his life. If you're going to talk about from offensive output, at least some incredible goals he scored, and fair play.
Yeah,
fair play.
He has been getting hindered the past few weeks playing right back due to all of Real Madrid's injuries, and he finally got pushed back into midfield, and you guys paid the price. But yeah, I think Madrid still goes through, especially with the hindering cloud that is Mbappe. That he said he's going to try and force his way back for the second leg. Is it smart playing with a knee, like a tear in your knee in a World Cup year? Not really, but he will find his way to make himself on the pitch.
3 goals is too much. I think if we lost that 3-1, I think there's a chance. But we didn't even get 1 goal.
Their defense is just too bad. They still have
3-0.
Their defense is still so bad.
Yeah, but 3 goals is a lot.
Yeah.
We'll see. Clearly, the team's not good enough at the moment to go super far in the Champions League, which is a shame. But that was a very disappointing performance. So, yeah, that's the Champions League roundup. And then quickly, the Premier League's back this weekend. And you know what we love to do? Premier League predictions. So let's go through it. We got some exciting games this week. Do we have some exciting games? We kind of do. We got Man United versus Aston Villa, a top 4 battle over there, and Chelsea versus Newcastle, a Champions League team face-off. 2 teams who have big games over the past couple of days. So let's start off with Burnley at home to Bournemouth, the Double Bs.
I feel like this will be a very boring 1-1 game.
Chris Gambino can be your advisory today because Gabe's not here. So
what are you
score.
thinking?
It's got to be Bournemouth, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd
Burnley.
expect Bournemouth to win.
Burnley on the
What do you
verge.
say?
I'm gonna say Bournemouth 3-0.
Wow. Are you
He's gone big.
this is Chris's first ever
This is
prediction. Are
his
you
first
gonna go?
prediction, So I'll back him.
He's back them.
I'm
Bournemouth
back.
3-0.
This is his first prediction.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Bournemouth 2-1 win. Then we got Sunderland at home to Brighton.
Sunderland's home?
Yeah.
I say Sunderland 1-0 win.
Okay. I'll go with a 1-1 draw. I don't know. Brighton need a result. They've been bad recently, and they're getting close to the relegation zone. So I think they need a result. Arsenal at home to Everton. Could Everton have something for me? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't believe so. I think Arsenal will find their way to a 1-0 victory.
Okay. You agree with that,
Say
Chris?
2-0.
2-0.
2-0?
Oh,
We'll go with 2.
you're going with 2-0. I kind of want to. I'll go 3-0 because I kind of want to go 2-0, but I don't want to copy you guys. So 3-0. Chelsea at home to Newcastle.
So
Who
as,
even knows what will happen here?
as usual, I think Newcastle will forget how to play in the Premier League. So I'm going to say Chelsea 3-1 win.
Chelsea 1-0.
Ooh. Want to meet in the middle? 2-1?
All right.
2-1?
All right. That's
2-1.
fair. 2-1.
I'm gonna go with I don't know. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. I don't know. I think it'll be close. Kind of the teams cancel each other out. West Ham versus Manchester City.
Man City 5-0.
Do it. Let's go.
Really?
I mean, I based off what I saw, I don't think Pep will play Semenyo at the 10 or false 9 again. So I'm going to say that, yeah, you'll be fine.
West Ham are fighting for their lives. It's at the Olympic Stadium. But will City be able to get a good result? I hope so. I'm going to go for 3-1. I'm going to go for 3-1 Man City. Next, we got Crystal Palace at home to Leeds.
2-0 Palace.
1-1 draw.
Oh,
Okay. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leeds win. 2-1 Leeds. Then Man United at home to Aston Villa.
I'll let you have this one.
Aston Villa 1-0.
Ooh, wow. I'm going to go for 2-1 United win, sadly. Hopefully it doesn't happen, though. Then we got Forest at home to Fulham.
Forest, Fulham 2-1.
What do you think, Chris?
Kind
Kind of agree with him.
Yeah, 2-1.
I'm going to go with a 2-1 Nottingham Forest win. I think they
Really?
need it more. They're close to the relegation zone. A big result's needed for them. So I'm going to go with Forest. And I don't think Fulham have the same hunger for getting the result because they're kind of safe. They're not going to get relegated. Liverpool at home to
Liverpool 7-1.
Tottenham.
Liverpool 7-1. 7-1 Liverpool.
I don't think you even believe that.
I don't. No.
You'll never walk alone versus you'll never walk again in Tottenham Hotspur.
I'll say
Let's see.
2-0 Liverpool.
Yeah. I'll agree with that because that's a smart prediction, but I just have a feeling this game is just going to be like a goal fest. I have a feeling it's going to be 3-2 Liverpool.
Interesting.
But I'm going to go with his prediction for 2-0.
I'm going to go for 3-1 Liverpool win. And then last game, we got Brentford at home to Wolves. And Wolves are being in real pain in the butt to many teams recently, but they're still probably going to get relegated.
They are, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 Wolves win.
We're still alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to wait until someone gets back.
Yeah, I
2-1
could-
Wolves win?
yeah.
Or 2-1 who?
2-1 Wolves.
Wolves. Oh, really?
They're home, right?
No, they're away from home.
Oh, they're away. Never mind.
I'm
That
gonna
changes
say-
everything.
I'm going to say 3-0 Brentford.
Yeah, that changes everything. I'll go with his prediction.
I
thought they were home.
I'm going to go with...
Peter believes Liverpool will win 10.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'm going to go for 2-1 Brentford win. Actually, no, I'm going to go for 2-0 Brentford win. What do you guys say? You said 3-0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go for 2-0. So those are our Premier League predictions. No one's going to turn the show off. So we're going to wait until someone gets back. We'll wait until someone gets back. We got a little bit extra time. We could just talk about
Let's talk
some
about
of those
Gabe.
games.
Let's talk about Gabe.
We'll talk about Gabe.
Gabe?
I don't think anyone's ever said that statement before.
What,
So
what happened with the pro clubs this week?
happened with pro clubs?
He left his console at home.
Hey,
okay.
no.
Alright.
I said pro clubs a couple different nights. I said Monday night we could have done pro clubs and
He
another
said it
one.
on a Friday and Saturday night. That was all his fault.
Hey, no one was going anywhere,
So
so
we could have been hanging out.
you weren't. You guys, Peter Cagnasola doesn't leave,
It's
and
Peter.
as we know, and no one went anywhere. It's just the Audi gun was playing with his squad of people. So yeah, pro clubs, magical game, magical mode, and just like football, very magical. So we're done. We should be done. We should be ready to sign out. Let's see if we get the
Mr. President.
we're all good to end the show. Let's see. We're all good. Yep. So signing out. Peace. Later. Have a good one, guys. Watch some stuff. Blah blah blah. Words.